Hello, 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 good people. Hello, good people. I am Dr. Hollie Kelly, and this is Dr. Kelly's perspective for Tuesday, the 7th of August. Okay, um, it is already the 7th of August. I have entitled this perspective, Just Ordinary People. Just Ordinary People. Thank you for all who are joining me. And this is my thought for today. This is a perspective coming from me. Hey, Ty and Danita. Hey, Patricia. Good morning, Marshall. Good morning, and Cindy. So listen, the perspective I have for you today is please recognize and do not ever forget that all of us are just ordinary people. Yes, we have different gifts, we have different skill sets, we have different life experiences, we have different tools that we can work with, but we're ordinary people. Even though some of us let the S on our chest out often, we're just ordinary people. And sometimes too many of us, in our desperation, in our need, in our hunger and desire for more, we raise people to a pedestal, to a standard that is a dangerous place to put people. We elevate them to a position almost of a mini goddess or a mini god, and it's a dangerous place to be because we are all just ordinary people. Yes, some of us have lived we've all lived different lives, but we've learned from what we lived, and we've gained experiences, and we've climbed the ladders, and we're in different positions, and we have different platforms, and some of us are at different levels, different heights with our lives. But when we peel back everything, when we take away and we look through all the wisdom, and we look through all the intellect, and we look through all the accolades and the accomplishments, we're just ordinary people. All of us are. And every time we lay the burden of being superior or extraordinary, every time we lay that layer over or put that mantle on someone, in essence, we set ourselves up for failure. We set ourselves up for failure because then when we get close enough to see, when we are really at a place where we're going and we see we're hungry for more, and they're the ones who can give it to us. And we peel into we take a microscopic look into their lives. We recognize that they're just people who have put a person into your mind who you truly admire. And you've almost put them, honestly speaking, you've almost put them on a pedestal. I don't care who it is, a parent, a principal, a teacher, a CEO, an actress, someone in the spotlight, a multi-millionaire, a philanthropist. Fill in the blank with who they are in your mind. I promise you, they have periods of doubting. Thank you for all who are joining me on Periscope. They have periods of doubt. They have periods of fear. They have periods of jealousy and envy. They have periods of rage. They have periods of pettiness. Everything that you feel that you go through, they feel and they go through. They simply have chosen to keep moving forward and to push past it, to get over it, to go around it, to go under it, to lambast their way through it. But at the end of the day, they're just ordinary people. And I say this because I was speaking with someone who was extremely disappointed. I mean, almost heartbroken to learn that an idol, someone that they idolized and just revered, their character was not as they thought it was. And in essence, just point blank, they were a liar. And they were heartbroken. They were almost to the point of devastation. And so it just reminded me to drop the one-liner perspective that please remember that yes, there are people in our lives that we should admire and look after and use as rabbits in our lives. You know, they're a rabbit because they're ahead of us. They want what we have. We want what they have. They're in the lane that we choose to use and pursue, and they're ahead of us. So we use them as a rabbit, and we chase them, and we follow them, and we use them to catch up and keep us on track and to motivate and encourage us. Use them as rabbits. Use people to admire and to look to. But at the end of the day, do not ever think that someone doesn't have issues, that the smile is all the time, all real. You can smile through a raggedy marriage. You can learn to smile through your children in heartbreak and dysfunction. You can learn to smile through a bankruptcy. You can learn to smile and keep pushing through a dead-end job. You can learn to smile and keep pushing through relationships. You can learn to smile through pain, physical hurt in your body. So don't be fooled. Don't be heartbroken when you recognize or when you learn that the smile didn't go through and through in every aspect of their life. We're just ordinary people. All of us are just ordinary people. All of us. Even if our children think that we're perfect, the little children, the older they get, they recognize, they see them flaws. They see them. Just the same way we saw them in our parents, the older we got. They were a person before they became your mama, before they became your daddy. They had lives. You know, I tell my husband, I was breathing before I met you, brother. You know, so we all have lives that we're just trying to live. And some of us are doing it at a higher level. Some of us are winning in more areas. So if I'm winning in 5 areas and you're only winning in 2, then I can look like, all that to you. When in essence, there's 10 that I'm trying to get to. So in other words, I don't need to keep repeating that. I just want to remind you, whoever that is, whoever they are that you admire, that you long to be like, please don't allow them to become on such a high place, such a high pedestal, that when you see the cracks, even when they share, when they're vulnerable enough to share their cracks and their failures and their vulnerabilities with you, don't let that sway you. They're just ordinary people. You're just an ordinary person. I'm just an ordinary person who has chosen to go after something, who has chosen to become the best version of ourselves. So that's what I leave with you. I hope that you found some value in that. If you do, pass it on, share it, spread the word. Yes, let's look for those who are ahead of us. But don't ever forget that they're just ordinary people. Until next time, take real good care of yourselves. Know that you are loved. If I'm the first person to tell you I love you on today, thank you for that privilege. Until next time, take real good care of yourselves.